continuing our exploration of chairs in organic chemistry, in particular conformations of chairs. We got a new molecule. So as soon as you see it's the two chair question, first thing you do without even thinking, parallel lines on a slight angle. And my second chair is weaker than my first because I usually don't have a severe enough angle. And now I do. Wow, that's a skinny chair. But they're all parallel to when they're supposed to be. I care about carbons 1 and 3 in this question, and we're going to go top right for carbon 1 and go clockwise. I didn't mention clockwise in the other video. Please go clockwise. Same story here, but don't go top right for carbon 1 because sigma rotation puts it either down here or down here or down here. My life's easier if everybody goes bottom right for carbon 1. Which bonds do I put on first, axial or equatorial? I'm just going to go do the axials on 1 and 3 right now. Straight up, straight up. Why? Carbon angles point straight, point up. Over here, straight down, straight down. Carbon angles point straight down. That's why. Those are axial. Then I'm going to go equatorial, equatorial. Parallel to 2, 3, and 5, 6. And here parallel to 1, 2, and 4, 5. And here parallel to 2, 3, and 5, 4. And here parallel to 1, 2, and 4, 5. Right there. I haven't even put groups on. Hey, I did this without finishing reading the question. How did I know I wanted groups on 1 and 3? I read a little bit of the question. I saw their groups on 1 and 3. I want to see all 4 bonds on 1 and 3, right? And trans. So you don't have to do a little sketch here. A cyclobutyl, how do you draw that? A square, but make sure a corner is attached, right? That's 1, and 3 is an isopentyl. You go 4 in a row, 1, 2, 3, 4, with the 5th one, V, second from the end. So we got the groups on the right spot. Now you decide how you want the trans to look. You want to go top, bottom, up, down, or down, up? Doesn't matter. You pick. Down, up. Down is a dash. Trans means one's down, one's up. This was 1. This was 3. Tell me which bond gets the cyclobutyl in my first chair. The one that's down. You chose to say it's down when you did this. Okay? Dash means down. That's easy to remember. Dash down. Like DoorDash. Down dash. Up means wedge. I got nothing for that. Which of these 2 bonds is down? The equatorial. And here it is. Please, H on the top of the stick. Now, which of those bonds is up? Because a wedge is up. Which of these 2 is up? Axial. So you draw your isopentyl. 1, 2, 3, 4, V. H. First chair is done. Now, how come the cyclobutyl has to be here on this chair? Nah, don't go there. Go down stays down. Down stays down. Down stays down. Up stays up. Up stays up. Down stays down. Then you worry about axial and equatorial. Sometimes equatorial's up, sometimes equatorial's down. Don't memorize based on that. Okay. So now you tell me which ones are axial and which ones are equatorial. So what about this one here? Equatorial. EQ. I can do that if I go like this. EQ stands for equatorial. You like that? You can do that. And what's the symbol I'm going to use for this one? AX. And that stands for that word. You don't have to write that anymore. But on the test, I give you those options. They're in parentheses. Use EQ for equatorial. Use AX for axial. Don't be the one student 10 years ago who used AQ. They literally used AQ as their short form. What do I do? I can't give it to them. They mixed up the whole short form. Okay. It makes me sad when that happens. Because I know they kind of knew what they were doing. Sorry.
Would you rather have smiley faces or EQ or AQ?
Yeah, I want the right answers. That's my smiley face. Okay. So what about this one here? Axial or equatorial? Axial, straight down, straight. This one's slightly, so it's EQ. And please notice that the equatorial cyclobutyl from the first chair is now an axial cyclobutyl, because that has to happen. And down stayed down. That also has to happen. Notice the axial isobutyl is now equatorial. And notice that up stayed up. And notice that I'm circling the first chair. Please read the words from your previous answer. Oh, you can't. You don't have it. I took it. Oh. I'm just going to look at somebody's quiz. Oh, they didn't get to the words, so I want to grade that. There. Same words. The bulk here, I'm going to leave the what's after that blank. Avoids 1,3 diaxial repulsion. Which one's the bulk here? The cyclobutyl or the isopentyl? I mean, the answer is implied in my circle, isn't it? Cyclobutyl. Why is cyclobutyl bulk here? It's branched immediately. It's branched on the carbon attached to the ring. This thing doesn't have a branch until the third carbon. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. It can get that branch away from the cyclohexane, wagging its tail, just moving its sigma rotated away. You can't rotate both these carbons away. So it took a lot longer this time, or a lot shorter this time, sorry, to do it, right? And when we do our review day problem, you won't see cis or trans. It'll be from R and S. I didn't want to do that today because you just had that yesterday, and it's a lot. You need the weekend to digest it. Yeah. So we'll be starting with R and S, and you don't know whether it's cis or trans to start with. You kind of have to figure that out first. And we'll be doing it. Do not panic. And there's that.